Hi everybody, Doug here. Welcome to yet another board game channel and yet another turn of Eldritch Horror as we do battle with Shudde, who just wants to break the world apart by causing disaster after disaster. How are we? Meh. Still got our people are a little bit hurt. Nobody's died yet. Some people are close. We're gonna be doing some resting again this turn in an attempt to fix all of it. We still have some hypothermia to deal with, which prevents us from actually healing. So we got to get rid of that. I asked around, and from what people have said on YouTube and on Board Game Geek, yes, I was uncertain last turn if when getting rid of the hypothermia it would allow you to then heal a point as normal. I suspected not, and it looks like that's the case, because yes, this game always gives you the worst possible option. So, some people will be able to get some health back this turn, though. Well, we'll get right into it. We're going to start with Jim Culver in Arkham with a hunting Bayaki. Made him our lead investigator, so let's go to Arkham. Alright, Jim in Arkham. He wasn't delayed this turn, or last turn, so he can actually do some actions. Instead of just standing up and then fighting when the time comes. So, that means, as an action, he can cast his Shriveling spell. As an action, test lore. If you pass, choose a monster on your space to lose 2 health, then flip this card. The hunting Bayaki does have 2 health. So if he succeeds at this, we won't have to fight the Bayaki at all. So, I got myself a small dice tower to make rolling a little bit easier. Jim's lore is 3. He has a clue. And he succeeded. 1 success. So, well, let's apply the effect first, and the Bayaki takes 2 damage. It is gone. Put it back in the bag. But now we have to see if anything bad happens. Right. 0 to 1. We rolled a 1. Your magic calls attention to your location. Immediately resolve a combat encounter with each monster on your space in the order of your choice. Well, we just took out our only monster, so that effect is not an issue. Now, for his second action, he is going to gain a focus. I would like him to rest, but I want to make sure we get this special encounter done. So he's going to take a focus, which means he may convince investors to fund an expedition to Antarctica by rolling his influence, which is also 3. And he rolled a 6. He has succeeded, which means he actually gets a funding condition. And at the end of the encounter phase, well, that's not happening yet. So, we are going to get a funding condition for now. I believe that's under deal. Haven't grabbed anything from this yet. Oh. Agreement, debt, Dark Pact, Promise of Power. Dark Pact. There we are. Funding. we're not going to keep this for very long. But you may discard this card in place of gaining a debt condition or to discard a debt condition. On Reckoning, if you're on a city space, you may flip the card. We'll put that in Jim's possession. So, those are his actions. Now we're going to move over to Trish Scarborough. Alright, Trish at the Pyramids. For her first action, she's going to join Akachi at the Heart of Africa. We're going to make sure this happens this turn and do our mystery. One of them has to get it. For her second action, I was thinking of getting her to spawn a clue for herself, but I think she is going to rest. So she will get a sanity back, putting her sanity up to its full 5. She won't heal because she has the hypothermia, but we're going to see if we can get rid of this. I'm going to roll 1 die, and on a 4, 5, or 6, she will get to lose the hypothermia. 2. Nope. Well, while we're at it, we're also going to try to get rid of her leg injury. We're going to roll 1 die. We need a 5 or 6. 3. Nope. That was a bit of a bust. Well, had to try. I mostly wanted her to get rid of the hypothermia. That's it for Trish. We're just going to stay right where we are because Akachi has her actions next. She's right there. She's going to... Well, we want to keep her there so she can work on that as well if Trish doesn't get it done. So, the only things we could really do on this space are... First of all, she will gain a focus, and she will also heal. That means that puts her up to 6 sanity, and she lost her hypothermia last time, so she actually gets another health back. She's at 2 health, which is still dodgy, but it's still twice as good as 1 health. So, that just leaves us with Agnes Baker. We are going to join her over in London. Alright, Agnes is going to... Well, we've got this darn rumor. The stars aligned. Which we really want to get rid of because it advances the omen. And you don't want that to go fast. So... We need a couple of clues for someone with observation. So it should probably actually be Trish. Agnes's observation is not great. So instead of that, I'm going to have Agnes. Let's see. Her influence is not bad at 3. Let's see if we can get some goodies. So we're going to go shopping in London. Nope, completely whiffed. 444. So I think the other thing we're going to do, well, she does have a focus. Do we want her to reroll? No, it's not worth it for what's there. Want something better. So yeah, I think I will have her take another focus. She's not doing too badly. She's at 4 health, 4 sanity. She could heal next turn if she really needs to. Okay, that is it for all the actions. Now we will move on to encounters. Back to Jim at Arkham. Okay, first things first. Jim has to have an encounter at Arkham. So let's see what we get. A patient at St. Mary's Hospital asked for you, but his body is so diseased that your instinct is to run. Test will. He has a will of 3. Hiding shot, more or less. Okay. 2 successes. We're okay. If you pass, he begs you a favor. Gain 1 task unique asset. Okay. If you fail, doesn't matter. Alright, here's all the tasks. And give that a little shuffle because it's our first time going in. And we will take one from the bottom. Purifying the world. When you defeat a non-epic monster during a combat encounter, place that monster on this card. Then you may flip this card. Well, he's not a big fighter, our Jim, but that's what he's got. So, now if we go to our Antarctic Adventure card, at the end of the encounter phase, an investigator on Arkham may discard a funding condition to complete this adventure. There's the funding that we are going to get rid of. So, when this adventure is completed, retreat Doom by 1. So we're way up to 17. This is great. We're nowhere near those Eldritch signs. Then we will draw a random Antarctica 2 adventure. We have funded the expedition. Now we're going to see what happens. There are 4 possible Step 2 cards. I expect one of these to actually be in Antarctica. Through the frozen waste. The frozen air tears at your lungs. The ordeal of crossing this icy wasteland takes a terrible toll on your body, and the cold carries despair down to your bones. When this card enters play, place the adventure token on frozen waste. Alright, let's go over to the Antarctic board and see where that is. Alright, frozen waste is there, so that's where our expedition is headed. When this adventure is completed, advance the active mystery by 1. That would be lovely. Then we draw one of the Antarctica 3 adventure cards. After an investigator resolves the location encounter on Frozen Waste, he may move the adventure token to the City of Elder Things. After an investigator resolves a location encounter on City of the Elder Things, if the adventure token is on that space, he may spend 1 clue to complete this adventure. Alright, we'll just put that there so it's in the right area. So now we're going to head off to Antarctica. I was kind of holding off until this happened because I figured the second stage of this little adventure would take us here. So yes, off to Antarctica. Alright, that is it for Jim's encounters. Now we'll be moving on to Trish in the heart of Africa. Alright, Trish is going to have a go at exploring Gaharn. If the card would focus, please. I guess that will have to do. You descend a rocky path into a massive rift that spans half the city. Crumbling stones litter the ravine below, remnants of buildings that were once level with the city above. You enter a large tunnel at the base of the ravine in search of whatever caused the city's destruction. We're going to test her observation -1. Well, that's good, because her observation is 4. So she's going to get to roll 3 dice. got a success. Next stage. You come across what appears to be a nest of gargantuan eggs. As you approach, you find yourself fighting for control of your body. Will -1. Oh. Her will is only 2. That's right, I wasn't thinking earlier. She should have spawned a clue, so she'd have a clue to spend for a reroll. Nope. If you pass, didn't happen. If you fail, you awake hours later in the jungle with no memory. Lose 1 sanity. Well, it still leaves her with 4 sanity. That's just too bad. Yes, I should have had her get a clue earlier rather than rest. Oh well. Tactical error. Okay, we will move on to Akachi's turn. We are in exactly the same space. So, she's going to have another go at this. You find yourself surrounded by men and women in black and brown robes. Several of them begin moving towards you, while the rest begin chanting in unison. You try to keep your attackers at bay. Strength -1. Her strength is 2. And she rolled a 3. Well, we're going to spend her focus. We have to do all we can to try to succeed. Oh, okay. She did it. She made it through the first step. Sorry, that's not focusing well. You realize that the cultists are summoning some creature and look for a way to stop the ritual. Observation -1. Her observation is 2. We are not having a lot of luck here. Nope. She failed that. If you pass, if you fail, resolve the fail effect. Your assailants subdue you. Suddenly the chanting ends and the ground begins to tremble beneath your feet. An ancient Chthonian epic monster ambushes you. Uh-oh. I think Akachi might die. Just give me a moment to find that monster. Alright, found it there. The only good thing about this is it's an ambush, so it doesn't actually stick around on the space. It's going to go back into the box again. But yes, she is automatically going to lose this. There's no way she can... Yeah, she's going to die because it's going to do... She's got to block 3 damage, and she'll be rolling 1 die, and she has 2 health. But let's go through the motions. First thing is the sanity check, which is will -1, so she's going to roll 3. Try to prevent 2 sanity damage. Failed completely. So her sanity's down to 4. And then her strength -2. Her strength is 2, so she's only going to roll 1 die. Even if she gets it, which she didn't, she gets 3 damage. Yep. Akachi is down. That didn't take long. 3 turns to lose an investigator. So, I believe we move her to the nearest city. It will just down a little bit. Yeah, she didn't get very far, did she? Oh boy. Okay, so she's going to stay there. We can go try to visit her and pick up. She only has a single spell in her possession, but we'll put that aside anyway in case somebody ends up on that space and wants to give her a go. And at the beginning of the next turn, we'll be choosing a new 4th investigator. Alright, so after that miserable failure, we will go back to London and see if anything good can happen to Agnes. Okay, Agnes in London. Let's see if we get anything decent happen. Sorry, just not focusing. There we are. The SIS detain you on charges of espionage and interrogate you at length. Test will. Oh good, her will's 2. She does have 2 focus at least. And yes, we're going to spend a focus. And we're going to spend a focus. Oh, actually no, we didn't spend that focus yet because she has a profane tome. Oh no, never mind. The profane tome is only will checks during combat encounters. So this is our last chance, and we continue to fail. Wow. If you pass, if you fail, lose 1 sanity, putting her down to 3, and gain a detained condition. Condition detained. There we are. You cannot move or perform actions other than the action on this card. Instead of resolving an encounter, flip this card. Has a local action, so anybody could do it here if they wanted to. Test influence. If you pass, you can discard the card. All right. Maybe this dice tower wasn't a good idea. It appears to be cursed. All right. That is it for the fairly abysmal encounter phase. But as bad as that was, things are only get worse because, yes, it's time for the dreaded Mythos phase. Alright, there's a 50-50 chance that this is another horrible rumor. Yep, rumor, at least doesn't have tentacles. First things first, we will spawn a couple of clues. Alright, what have we got? So we've got Space 10 and the Miskatonic Outpost. So one of them is there in West Africa, and the other one is over on the Antarctica sideboard. Then we will place another exclamation point token on Space 15. Where is 15? Oh, South Africa, where Takachi is in the hospital or something. And we're going to put 3 Eldritch tokens on this card. The gangs in South Africa are uniquely adept in using violence and intimidation to take what they want. They have begun to use the nation's international shipping to spread their influence around the world. Scavengers. As an encounter, an investigator on Space 15 may investigate. Observation -1. If they pass, they may spend clues equal to so we need 4 clues to solve this rumor. Oh boy. When there are no Eldritch tokens on this card, each investigator discards an item possession, an ally asset, a task asset, 1 spell, 1 talent condition, 1 improvement token, and 1 focus. Then the rumor goes away. So everybody loses scads of items. And yeah, on the Reckoning effect, we will discard an Eldritch token from this card. So we got 3 reckonings before everybody loses all their belongings and anything remotely useful. Well, that was an awful turn. So that means, yeah, next time we're gonna have to choose a new investigator. Kachi is down, and yeah, nobody can roll to save their lives, and that's what they need to do. They need to roll to save their lives, and they're not doing it. All right, well, maybe we can salvage this. We'll see next time. Thanks very much, everybody, for watching. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Thanks for liking the videos, both on YouTube and Board Game Geek. It's very much appreciated. And we'll see you next time for yet another turn of Eldritch Horror. So long.